Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I am going to talk through some of this and then voice over some of it. So I have this old book. Look at how cool these pages are. I hope you can see it. They're already distressed. They just look so cool. I got this from a thrift store. I think I got it from Goodwill. And this is what I use for my torn book pages. Oh, there's another one that's kind of torn. So I just take them out and tear them up into random pieces. My idea for the cover of this is to just have it kind of collaged on there in different ways. So I'm just going to get started with that. I want to be able to go over it with my vintage photo and kind of highlight all the different lines and texture after. I think I'm going to do the front and the back in this. So I'm choosing to use my two-way glue, the Zig memory system. I use this actually to re-stick my Cricut Imagine mats. I use it for that. It works really good for that. You have to be careful with it, but I don't want to use something that I don't want to use Mod Podge or anything else like that because it won't let the vintage photo, which is the distressed ink, it won't let the water react with it, and that's kind of what the vision I have for this. So I want it distressed and vintage looking. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. So when I started this off to the side. So, and the thing with this glue is that if you bond it before it's clear, it's permanent. If you wait until it's clear, then it's temporary, and that's where that Cricut mat comes into play. And it works pretty good for that. It does sometimes make it a little too sticky, but it's better than not having it stick at all. So I've got that on there, and I'm just going to start placing it here and there. I'm going to go over the edges. It's going to be very random. Alright, so I got all the book pages on there, and don't use that glue. It didn't work out very well. Completely ruined my nails that I just painted, so I had to take all the nail polish off and couldn't get the glue off my fingers. It was awful. And I didn't really like how the texture came out, so. But it did kind of have some cool random patches to it, so I don't know, I kind of liked how that looked. It just made it look even more distressed. So I've got vintage photo, and I am trying to highlight the different pages and the variations in there. Love vintage photo on printed page. I think it looks awesome. And there's pieces that were missed with the pages, and I didn't care. I thought it looked great. And then just a little bit of water and a baby wipe just to kind of smear it over, make it look even more distressed. Just kind of activate that ink a little bit. And I'm liking it. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, let's go ahead and kind of frame it in a little bit with some, I think that's black soot, or no, yeah, I grabbed walnut stain by accident, but I wanted black soot, so then I went around the edges with black soot, and that's going to make it appear a little bit darker, especially when I use the matte medium to seal this in. It'll smear it a little bit, and that's kind of exactly what I want to do. That's why I'm using distressed ink. And there it goes. It's looking good. Had to dry it up a little bit. And then I'm putting matte medium on and sealing it in, and then you can't see it very well, but the ink does smear a little bit. So once I seal that, then I start going over the layout. So I'll be right back with you here, and then it'll be me just talking through it as I go from here on out, I believe. Alright, so here is the layout. I've been pulled in so many different directions. This is what I'm thinking about, but I need more color in the background, so I'm thinking a little teal, a little orange. But this is paper that I got from this paper pack. It's an old one. I've had it for such a long time. But me, myself, and I, or me, I can't remember. But I took these two pieces out and stamped for my little deal the word time. I always tape them to keep them in line when I tape them, to keep them as even as possible. So I just stamped that on a plain old piece of paper, stamped it a few times on one of the pieces of paper, and taped it on there. and I'm gonna go with this and stamp my clock right there. But before I do that, I think I am going to get a little bit of color. So I got some Pool, the Adirondack Brights acrylic dabber paint, Pool and Sunset Orange. And I've got it off to the side here, so I'm just gonna try and put some on there and see how that goes. I feel like it needs some color. So I got some orange and some of the Pool. I just feel like it needs something more. I don't like it, I'm just going to wipe it right off. And these have been sitting for so long, so they're kind of dried out. I'm just using a baby wipe to put it on. I'm going to see how I like that. Just a little bit of color. I really like that Pool color. I just think it's just the right kind of blue to add to like a vintage color, just to add a little bit, because otherwise it's all brown. It gets kind of boring. So let me see how I like that. You can hardly see it. And I think that's the whole point. I'm gonna try a little bit more. Just want to feel a little more of the blue here and there. I'm just going to go with that. So I'm keeping the cover pretty easy, pretty simple. I think we're going to go like that. Put it in there. I'm going to stamp it there. Not sure if I want to stamp it over the top of my happy or not. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I was thinking about putting this key on there too, just like that. I'll put the key on there. I kind of want to move that stamp over a little bit so that it's in the gears. Oops. That at the edge. My clock right about there. I think I kind of like that, so we'll kind of go with that. Alright, and I'm just going to stamp it with Distress ink. I'm going to go for it. I don't care if it's not perfect. I'm going to ink it up. Slap it down. That was where I wanted it, right about there. I'm okay if I don't get a perfect impression, because that's how the stamp goes, and that is good enough. I like it. I think that's the plan. It's not completely dry yet. Kind of like it. I think I need something else. I'm not sure. So I'm going to still work on it. The back, I think I'm going to use this stripe on the back. It's a little bit different. but it's still kind of the same theme on the back side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'll get to that. But I think I'm going to glue these down and call it done, but I gotta wait for this to dry a little bit more, so I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the cover. I think I'm just gonna go with that. I think less is gonna be more. And then I was playing with the back side of it, so even though these are different, this is a wider stripe than that one. I don't care, I'm going with it. And then I stamped that to see if that was one of the postcard stamps that I like. So I have a Tim Holtz, oh my gosh, my room is a disaster. This little folder, and it's got Stampers Anonymous in here, and it's this one. So it's got all these different postcards, and I think I'm going to go with this one. These are all awesome. I love all of them so much, but I'm going to go with that one. I don't think I can go wrong with any of them, so I got it on here, and I am going to stamp this one with Archival. And the reason I'm doing that is because I stamped that with Distress, and I like how it's distressed, but it started to bleed a little bit, so I had to take some of it off. And that's fine. But this one will be on the back of it, and I kind of don't want to mess with that. So, and I don't want it to smear. So I'm just going to go for it. Hopefully I get a good impression. Definitely not a straight thing. There it is. Love it. I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to use my ATG gun. I love my little book so much. It came out so cute. And it took me over a year to do this because life just, you know, life happens. Gets in the way. Alright, that's down. And then I have this 7 Gypsies stamp set that I got from Tuesday Morning a long time ago. And I'm going to use this bike, and I might use that hand too, so we'll take a look. I love this little script thing too. It's a really cool script. So for really small tags and stuff, that's really cool. I love that. I've never used it. Don't know why, just haven't. Oh my gosh. My desk, you guys, good lord. I can't even find anything. Here it is. That's when you know you had a successful creative day. And that's another thing that they do with these real small 7 Gypsies ones that you can pick up, is they put, you know, it's there. I can see what it's going to look like, you know. I like that. And then I think I want to do this in brown, but again, because I sealed that with the matte medium, because I sealed it, I need to use Archival so it'll stay. So let me find my Archival brown, which I know I have it somewhere, but if I can't find it quick, I'm just going to use black. And that's the way I gotta go with it. And I decided on the black, on the back of it, I'm not gonna put any, what am I looking for? I'm not gonna put any color. I just did it on the front. I want it being kind of pale anyway, but I'm cool with it. Alright, so I can't find my brown Archival. Pretty sure I have some somewhere. So black it is. It's either black, green, or blue, and I'm not doing that, so we'll see how this works out. Hopefully you guys can see everything in here. So there'll be some voiceover and some talking through it, and the volume's going to be weird, and I'm just going to say sorry, guys. It's one of those things. I'm excited to use this stamp. I've never used it before. Oof. Not bad. Not bad at all. That is so cute. And I love this little hand guy. I think I have him somewhere else too, in another, maybe in a Tim Holtz one. I don't know. But let's see. thinking about putting him right there and here. Kind of like it right there. So we're going to do it. It's happening. These are stamps I've been wanting to use for the longest time, and I've never used them. There's no rhyme or reason. I just have never gotten around to... I didn't even open the pack. Ah, that's smeared. And that's my cover. And I can't undo it. I wish I never would have done that. But it's done. Can't help it. And we'll try this one too. Yeah, that didn't turn out very good. But it is what it is. I can't change it now. So I'll have to find something to cover that up with. Because I don't like it at all. But I'm not going to stress about it. I like the hand, but it definitely doesn't go with what I got. So I should have thought that through. But I'm just running with it. I'm going. Cleaning it up. Don't you hate that, guys? You love the way it is. You should have stopped while you were ahead, and then you do too much. But I will find something to cover that up with. Now, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but something's going to happen. If I look in the paper, I might get some ideas out of here. Not going to do that. I'm going to find something. I'll be right back. Okay. So this was the best I could come up with. I have this letter thing, and it's, hold on, I gotta put it back together. It's just some plain letter font, and it's a little too big. I do know that, but you know what? That's the one I've got, and I'm gonna roll with it. So I'm trying to put it back in, and I can't. But I'll get it because I want to show you guys what it is. In case you want to know. Oh, it's TPC Studio, classic alphabet, and there's some numbers in there too. So that's what I used. Oh, no wonder I couldn't put it back because I still have to put that back. But anyway, I just did that on a sheet of paper just like I did time. And then on this one I actually I used this stamp that I've had for a long time. Faded Text Background is by Stampabilities. I've had this for a long time. It's one of my favorite ones. I always stamp this on my tissue paper. Love, love, love that one. So I just used frayed burlap just so it's really, really faint in the background. I don't know if you can see, but it definitely adds a little bit more interest. But I got to cover up that hand because I don't like it. And I put My Happy Time because that is what this book is all about. And I'm going to glue it down. And I'm going to call it done. That's the coolest thing about this, guys. It just, I don't love every single page, but I also, there isn't a page in here that I absolutely hate either. But the whole thing is not being stressed out about slapping something down and calling it done, and just enjoying your time. And I'm cool with that. I like it. I used glossy accents to put this down. These are for sale in my store, designsbykelly.com. These are super cool. I love those. I have those out there if you guys are interested in getting some. The back I'm not crazy about. So I got that there. I'm not really crazy about that. But you know what? I think I just kind of need to roll with it. I've got some other things that I might be able to do back here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I definitely think that I need to frame it in with some black. So I think that has to happen. I love the vintage, but I feel like it's unfinished, like it's not tied together because it's not, I don't know. I just think this finishes it nicely. So I'm going to do it. But I like it that it came out My Happy Time instead of just Happy Time. So I think it turned out just great. I hope you guys like it too. So that wasn't a massive change, but I think that helped a little bit just to kind of frame it in more. I'll do it on the back too, but I don't think I'm done with that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's kind of boring back here. It needs some color, needs something. But the way, since it's the back page, I was looking to just kind of keep it very plain. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might actually put like a little pocket thing. I don't know. I hope you guys like that. So this is the finished one, but let me figure out how I'm going to finish off the back of this, because it clearly needs something else, right? So I'll be right back and I'll show you guys what I do with this. Alright, found the solution. I'm going to make it work. Is this? Yeah. So this is my Stampers Anonymous Enjoy the Journey stamp, Tim Holtz. And I found some paper that matched the project. Stamped it on there, and I'm going to cover up that crazy hand that just did not work out for me. I like the hand point, I like the finger pointing, but it just wasn't working. Trying to make this look as distressed as possible. And then I'm going to stick it right there. I'm going to call my project done. And I really like it. So see, when you mess something up, cover it up. Don't give up. Don't throw it away. Because I really like how this, I like the fix better than the original idea. And there it is. Page 27, page 28, cover. I love it. I am going to hold on to this book forever. This was quite the journey. I went through so much throughout the just over a year while I did this project. And I've always told you guys how I think that journaling and art is definitely like therapeutic. And it's definitely my happy time. So there it is. I can't believe I'm done with it. And I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to do a quick flip through now. 28 pages. We'll go really quick. We'll go down memory lane. So let me get you zoomed in here just a little bit. Alright, we'll take a look. So there is the last page I've done. And here is page 1. Postcard. Love that one. That was the first one. Everybody really liked that one too. That was fun. That was September. It actually took me 2 years. Good Lord. This was September 1st of 2014. I can't believe that. And then this was page 2. It says every page doesn't have to be your favorite page. And this was clearly not. That was September 16th, 2014. I was trying some different things. I love Ren stamps, and I was playing with the stamps and some different textures. I learned what doesn't work on that page. And then this one says be creative and take flight. Those are designs by Ren Stamps. I love the moths. I love the drops. Oh, love them. And that was September 30th, 2014. And I love the leaves too. I love how bright and vibrant that one is. And I hope that it's doing them justice with this lighting, because the lighting is not that great. So I'll move it back. So yeah, that one I really like. And then this one I love how it turned out too. Discover imperfection every day. I just did some collaging and these cool leaves. I show you how to make those leaves too. Those are really fun. This one was to the napkin. Lots of fun texture. Hopefully the light is catching that. It says time flies. And this was with watercolor. Stamped and embossed the word smile on there, and they just wanted it to look like it exploded out, like a exploding smile when you're happy. Did that and some splatters on there too. I like that one too. That's a fun one. And then this one I was just playing with trees, sponges, and all kinds of stuff. And it says I don't love every page. I definitely don't hate this page, but I like the different background and the depth that it had. But I was just exploring with some shading and things like that. And then this I was doing some sketching. So this is kind of for my records. And I was using some charcoal pencils and then some different kind of pencils that I had. And just trying to play with shading and where the light is coming from, and just that was something I've always wanted to do, so I worked on that. I really enjoyed doing that. Showing that you got the light coming from this way, but you still have some reflection on that side, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but I really like that. And this one was fun. Your kindness warms my heart. That was to you guys. Sitting there having my peppermint tea and a little bit more collaging. That was fun. I really like that one. That one always makes me happy. And then Silent Morning Dew, that one's fun. I love the Designed by Rin water droplets. And there's her leaves, and these are her leaves as well. Lots of stamps on there. Love them. And that was January 13th, 2015. January 7th, 2015. I had a vintage deal that I was doing here. I had some new stamps I wanted to try out, and I had some filigree pieces that I have in my store. I just wanted to use some of that. And I had some shimmer in this one, a lot of stamping, a lot of paint. So this is kind of a thick page, but it says style is a simple way of saying complicated things, and that's a lady with a big crazy hat. Some numbers down there. And then this page was for my dad when I lost my dad. So, whoops, my water droplet's coming off. I'm gonna have to fix that. But yeah, so it says time is an illusion, and I used some of my gears and my old clock faces on there. So, some tears, and he's in a happier place now. And then this, I was just doing some playtime. I was playing with some texture and some modeling paste and glitter and just playing. That was fun. I wasn't crazy about how it turned out. There's one of the stencils that Rin has, and I love her stencils, but I was just trying something different with some different kind of modeling paste, so it's okay. And then some more of the Designs by Rin stamps. I love these two koi fish. And I did some watercoloring, all kinds of stuff. This one's April 25th. This is Deepest Friends. I made them glimmer a little bit too. I like how they're kind of glistening a little bit. Hopefully the light's going to catch that for you guys. And then this one I was just playing again with some more stenciling. And then some more filigree pieces, these little filigree ones that are in my store. I wanted to kind of try to accentuate these flowers with those. That was kind of cool. And some circles. I just did some stamping with a lid like this and stamped it down over. That was fun. And some little circle stamps. And then this one says grow wherever you want. So do what you want when you want. And this one was all about gratitude. I really like this. I had a fun one doing that. I talked through a lot of that. Did some stamping here and there. My little bumblebees. Always love the bumblebees. And then this one says, slow down, you're missing the good stuff. So that's another one of those moths from Designs by Rin. And I put some sequins on there. And that is a napkin in the background, I believe. Yes, that's a napkin. And some watercolor paper. And then here's one of Rin's hummingbirds I did. And I named this one Magical. And I tried to make it so that the bird is kind of drinking from the little dew things. But I tried to paint this thing. It just didn't work out. I went with it though. When in doubt, I stickled it. So that's what I did. So, but I thought it was alright. And then this was in the fall mood. So first I did this page and then I did that page. And I had held on to those pieces that I cut off. And then just kind of made the page open up this way. So I love this one. So this is Live the Life You've Imagined. And there's that dude, that Tim Holtz dude with his umbrella. I love that guy. Some clocks, things like that. And this one I titled Autumn. That was my autumn page. This is some paper that has some really cool texture. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's really thick paper. It's almost like material. It has a feel of material. And I love that paper. Did some stamping on there. Some more of Rin's water droplets. And then this was November 13th, my happy little fatty snowman. He was so much fun. It says let it snow. There's lots of little snowmen on there. Lots of stickles. Hopefully you're seeing it all shine. And then this one says Colorful Comfort. That's another one of Rin's really beautiful stamps, her hummingbird stamp, and that's one of her hibiscus stamps. So I dry embossed those on there and then just played with some coloring in the background. That was a fun one. And then this was from my friend Carrie because I miss her. So I had some leftover stuff from my scraps. I found these guys and then I could finally use them. So just used a stencil and did some texture in there. So. And then this was the Valentine's Day one that I did. It says Why You Have a Heart. And this book that I used for the cover, the book pages that I used, that was actually typed out in here, and because it's from a heart doctor, cardiologist or something.
That's what I've gotten from it. And I thought, ooh, that's nice, and that kind of inspired this whole thing. So I got some teal and some orange, some more collaging in there, and some hearts. That was fun. I really loved that page. And then this one, Mysterious Beauty, that is Rin's octopus and some more of her bubble. So you can barely see it in the background. Lots of Rin stamps on here. I like that page too. Kind of got pulled up a little bit, but that's going to happen sometimes in your art journals like that. It just makes it look used. And then here's the other one. One is a lonely number, because this guy makes me think of a lonely guy in the rain, standing by a lamppost. I like how that one turned out. It's just the right amount of color in the background, I think. And then there's the back page, page 27. And there's 28. So my book is done. And it lays nice. If you guys remember, this was a little book that started as a Happy Meal book. And it's all about my happy time. So there it is. I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me as I finish this book. It's a whole bunch of different techniques. I've got the playlist full with all of these videos, so you can watch them all from start to finish. Lots of really cool tips and tricks and techniques. In each one of the videos, I try and give you some kind of tip or trick that I've learned. In this one, for finishing the back and the front page, that was about don't use this kind of glue. Let's not use that again in the future. And it's just a mess now. It's like all over the place. I'm really regretting that I did that. But the other thing was, if you stamp something, just cover it up. Find something to cover it up with. Don't just give up. So I wound up really liking how it turned out, the front and the back. I love the vintage feel. You can never go wrong with torn book pages collaged on there. So I love it. And I love my key. Alright guys, hope you like it. Leave me a comment, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And now I gotta start a new book. Alright, thanks guys.